The LFA is back in the fight capital of the world, fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. This is LFA 203 preliminary fights, streaming live on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. Ron Kruk and Alan Joban delivering a triple header of bouts featuring the LFA Bantamweight division. First, someone's always got to go. Ezra Elliot clashes with Jose Vasquez. Then another unbeaten fighter in Cameron Sandoval puts his 3-0 record on the line when he tangles with Victor Santos. And finally, in another someone's always got to go matchup, Daniel Araujo faces off with Azizbek Temirov. Fight fans, we got a treat for you tonight. UFC Fight Pass is running a special giveaway for tonight's event. If there are 3 finishes on the LFA 203 main card, everyone will score a free month of UFC Fight Pass. Get ready for an epic night of action and come back to the QR code on the screen to cash in on your free month of UFC Fight Pass. Let's get the action rolling. Check out our first matchup and the tail of the tape, powered by Wolfpack. 2 young athletes. Elliot, 24 years old. Vasquez, 22. Elliot is 2 inches taller and will try to utilize a 4-inch reach advantage. Both fighters tip the scales at 135.6. LFA 204, Ron Kruk and Alan Joban. 203, I'm getting ahead of myself. Busy month for the LFA, 3 events going down in March. Alan, our first matchup here, 3 fights in the Bantamweight division, and I mean, we're gonna see a shakeup, and we got some young guns coming up.
Yeah, I mean, anytime we can start the card, Ron, with a couple of undefeated fighters, both guys very young in their career, both very talented, always going to be a lot of fun action, starting the card that way.
Ezra Elliot, training with former UFC champ Sean O'Malley. He will be in his corner. Jose Vasquez, training out of Rufus Sport. Scott Cushman in the corner with Duke Rufus over in India. Vasquez a perfect 3-0, and so is Elliot. We are set for our first fight of the night. To kick off the action, we go inside the LFA Octagon. Here is Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube for tonight's preliminary action for LFA 203, Sati Baldiev versus Soares. We are set now to go for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division, brought to you tonight by Wolfpack. Never average, always a wolf. Wolfpack, the official backpack of the LFA. And now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'8", weighed in 135.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 0 defeats, with all 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Rufus Sport, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Jose Nomas Vasquez. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'9", weighed in 135.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout and 2 by way of submission. Representing the MMA lab, fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Ezra, Elliot. Your referee, Chris Tione.
All right, guys, you've been given the rules. I expect you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Most important, have some fun. Good luck.
Yeah, we're ready to have some fun in Vegas. There is Ezra Elliot, 24 years old, 3-0 a record, fighting out of the MMA lab, and his opponent, Jose Vasquez, making his LFA debut as well. Spotless 3-0 record, Alan. Fighters touch gloves, and we are underway. Glad you could be a part of the LFA 203 preliminary action on the LFA Fight Network.
You see right away Ezra Elliot on his toes in that southpaw stance, looking to use that power side. And it was a matter of time until he was going to shoot. And you see right away a couple of power shots in the position that he wanted, find the timing from on the level change. And early on in this fight, Ron has Vasquez right where he wants, on the ground against the fence.
2019 Illinois High School State Wrestling Champ, All-American as well. He's going to wrestle in college, but decided it wasn't for him, wanted to pursue MMA, and so far, so good. Spotless 4-0 as an amateur.
Sorry for that, Ron.
He's
Vasquez in a
over
horrible position right here.
Yeah, and now Elliot on the back of Vasquez.
Has that body lock in. Obviously, he was also working on the base arm. He might be able to, even though it's not under the chin, you see high-level grapplers be able to finish fights when they get the squeeze. You just crush. Sometimes you just crush the windpipes.
2 wins via Darce choke. Also 1 knockout. Ezra Elliot all over Jose Vasquez early.
Elliot been staying busy. 4th fight in 11 months.
Yeah. Both fighters come in with 100% finishing rates. 3 knockouts for Vasquez. And Elliot with that 1 knockout and 2 submissions. Plenty of time to operate from this position.
Yeah, Elliot looks like he might have a bite on it right here. Might try to crush it. You can see Vasquez kind of wincing in the pain.
Yes, and there's the tap! Over and out! Quick work for Ezra Elliot. Came in as a big 7-1 favorite.
Wow.
And he chokes out. Jose Vasquez gives him his first professional loss and takes his O. Quick work, Alan, and remember the name. Ezra Elliot, training with head coach John Crouch and Sean O'Malley down at the MMA lab with others like Marcus McGee and Kyler Phillips and all those killers down at the MMA lab. This kid's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good, right? Showed the striking early, took the opportunity to change levels, and once he got the fight to the ground, the way that he was able to proceed from the takedown to the mount to having his back. Take a look at it right here, some of his handiwork. You're gonna see left side, throwing that power side from the southpaw stance. Now look, he's moving on his toes, finding the entry. Now watch how quickly he goes from the takedown into a fantastic position. I mean, the guy gets the mount, he gets the hooks in. At first he was working that base arm lock. You see he's triangling those legs right now. And this is really started to really get ugly for Vasquez. I mean, he had the body lock on him. And even though it wasn't under the chin, you can finish guys like this. I mean, it's either going to break your nose, crush your jaw, or just cut off your windpipes. One of the three or all of the three happened right there.
Absolutely. I think all of the above, man.
Yeah, and you could tell during that whole process, Ron, that Ezra Elliot was confident the finish was in sight, right? He knew something good was going to happen there. He just had to stay with it. Great performance by Ezra Elliot.
4-0 as an amateur, now 4-0 as a pro. Let's make it official inside to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Chris Tione, calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 42 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out to the face crank, Ezra Elliot.
Make it 8 consecutive victories, including his amateur career for Ezra Elliot. There he is with Sugar Sean O'Malley and the rest of the MMA Lab team, head coach John Crouch. 8 in a row, and he gives Jose Vasquez his first career defeat. A light heavyweight square-off in the LFA 203 marquee fight tonight when champion Urang Saltabadiev defends his title for the first time when he tangles with Brazilian finishing machine Leon Suarez. Here's a preview of what's coming up on UFC Fight Pass.
The Pearl Theater at Palms Casino Resort plays host to an international scrap as the LFA light heavyweight title is on the line.
Continuing to deliver big shots.
Aziz is hurt.
That's gonna do it.
Urang Saltabadiev is the first LFA champion from Kyrgyzstan after he secured the interim title at LFA 178 last March. Known as the Gorilla, he embodies that name with a relentless and aggressive striking game plan, always hunting for the finish. He faces a tough test in Brazilian Leon Suarez, training with former LFA and current UFC fighters, the Bantamweight brothers. Leon brings plenty of confidence in his LFA debut. Suarez has dedicated all of his time training for this one moment, and he looks to capitalize by bringing home the LFA strap. Get ready for plenty of fireworks as both of these men thrive standing in the pocket and trading punches. LFA 203 wraps up with an epic light heavyweight title bout here in Sin City, and it's all going down right now.
We are at the Palms Casino Resort in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. LFA 203. First fight of the night. Quick work. We got 2 more to go, and look who's here. We've got the #1 bantamweight contender, Sugar Sean O'Malley's back. Can't hear me?
Can't hear you, sir.
We're going to get that
We're
fixed
gonna get that taken care of, my friend. How about now? Yeah, there we go. He's back in. Man, Sean, let's first talk about your man, Ezra Elliot, man. He came in, spotless 3-0 record, comes in and gets the job done very quick with a first-round RNC victory.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we expected. The kid does that to everybody at the gym. He's a stud. You know, he was in high school listening to Tim and I's podcast, moved down to Phoenix to train with us in the last 5 years, whatever it's been. He's just been consistent in the gym, 2-3 times in there training. He's a stud.
So he's been in there. He saw you guys on a podcast, came in there as an amateur, and he just became a great kind of training partner with you. Now he's 4-0 as a pro with a flawless record. Been cutting through guys, looks like pretty easily in his career. I guess he's a great person to have in your corner.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been, one of my main training partners for a while now. He's we're just trying to get him to the UFC. You know what I mean? So just kind of taking these fights, whoever will fight him, and take that and get him in the UFC.
Well, a couple more wins like that, and he's definitely going to be on the UFC's radar. Look very impressive. You know, we always, when we see you, Sean, it's great to have LFA alumni back. And you only had the one fight in the LFA, but it was a memorable one.
It was a pretty one.
Back in 2017, and you're taking on David Nuzzo. What do you remember about that fight?
David Nuzzo. I remember that's all I was thinking in my head. I'm going to knock this dude out. I knew Sean Shelby was supposed to be there. He ended up not being there. And in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make him see this. So I kept saying in all the interviews, I'm going to have a viral knock. I'm going to have a viral knockout. And it was, to this day, probably one of my favorite knockouts I've had.
Well, let's take a look back at it, especially since it was one of your favorites. We got to go back.
There we go.
This is LFA 11, my man.
Let's see. Sean, a little less tatted, a little less flashy.
A little
still
skinnier.
Same moves, overhand right. I knew this was coming right here. I feel like I've seen this highlight 100 times with this spinning back kick right here. Is this what you throw this at the gym?
Me and Tim.
Do partners get mad at you if you throw this at the gym?
I never threw it in sparring.
Look at that young kid.
I never threw it in sparring. I've only I did it on the mitts a little bit, a couple times. Like before the practice, I was like, how sweet would that be? And literally, like, it just.
Oh, you were cracking mitts with it in the back, warming it up
like
a little bit?
a couple weeks before the fight. Tim and I were hitting mitts. We like to get creative, throw some random stuff, and it's just like we were throwing that right head kick into a spin, and the opportunity just presented itself, and it was just, it's still crazy how it manifested and played out.
I remember that was amazing. Michael Chiavello had the call on that one, and he lost his mind. And then I'm sure you remember that fantastic post-fight interview with some guy over here. That was real memorable. Sean, you know, everyone really wants to know what's next for you. And, you know, you're coming off the fight with Davishvili, and he's here as well. He's got some fighters in his gym that will be on the card. I heard they put you in the same locker room. Did you guys have a little conversation back there, or did you not see him with your
I didn't
fighters?
see him back there.
You didn't see him back there?
I seen his team back there, but he wasn't back there.
Okay. What are your thoughts, though, about running it back with Merab?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's the plan. You know, we'll see. I'm optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, has the communication between the UFC been good? That looks like what both sides are working for?
I believe so.
Yeah, and is there a, since I know we're kind of playing this carefully, how we're saying that right now, I'm on to you. It's fine. Is there a timeline, though, if things in a perfect world worked out for you, that you would like to come back and fight again?
Mid this year.
Mid this year?
Yeah.
Sounds like summertime.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Hey, Sean, we appreciate you taking the time. Go celebrate with the MMA Lab team. That was a big win, and we hope to see you back very soon.
Yes, sir. Good to see you guys.
Okay, good to see you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, the LFA 203 preliminary fights roll on here in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas.
No sound, no video.
We have two more bantamweight matchups coming up. And we are glad you could be a part of the Legacy Fighting Alliance, the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. LFA 203, the preliminary action rolls on. Ron Crook and Alan Joban cage side with you tonight. And the only way to make LFA 203 more exciting is to get in on the action at betonline.ag. Sign up today and get in on the action. We got some great matchups tonight. 6 fights on the main card, including the World Championship title fight in the main event with the champion, Uran Sotabadiev, a big favorite when he takes on Leon Suarez. Sotabadiev a 14-1 favorite, and then so you see the other odds. Bia Mesquita is back. She is at -1,000. Alan, you look at the other matchups. What's got your attention?
My goodness. So there could be some quick fights tonight, guys, so you're going to put your bets in quickly. But you look at Hokit on this one, the heavyweight bout. Fantastic wrestler going against Latu. Knockout power, and Latu is saying he's going to go here today and surprise a lot of people with his athleticism, Ron. So that's one to keep your eyes on.
Going to be a lot of fun. A main card coming up on UFC Fight Pass. 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern. All right, action rolls on here in the prelims. Second fight in the bantamweight division. Here is the tail of the tape, powered by CPI Stem Cell. Cameron Sandoval, 25 years old, and Victor Santos is 4 years his elder. Santos is 3 inches taller and 1.5 inches longer in the arms. Sandoval weighed in almost 8 pounds lighter. We go back inside the LFA octagon to Mike Kendall.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division. Brought to you tonight by CPI, Cutting Edge Stem Cell Therapy. Check us out online at cellularperformanceinstitute.com. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This Muay Thai specialist stands 5'11", weight in 135.4 pounds. He holds a professional record, 5 wins, 3 defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout and 1 by way of submission. Representing Checkmat Charleston and Charleston Muay Thai, fighting out of Charleston, South Carolina, by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Victor Diamond Santos. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'10", weight in 134.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 0 defeats, with all 3 wins coming by way of submission. Representing Syndicate MMA, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Kamaru Sandoval. Your referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
All right, John, bring it in. All right, John, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. The sound of the bell, come on out, handle your business. Let's go.
Love it. Great to have big Mike Beltran as the 3rd man inside the octagon tonight. One of the best. Cameron Sandoval, 3-0. He's got the red tape. He is a big minus 1,200 favorite, according to Bet Online in this matchup. Alan, Victor Santos, blue tape, comes back at plus 750.
Yeah, I suppose, Ron, the odds makers are looking at the 3-0 with 3 submissions, 100% finish rate of Cameron Sandoval, but you can't sleep on Santos.
Not at all.
This guy's a Muay Thai champion. I mean, I know that doesn't exactly go well against grappling, but 2-time world Muay Thai champion, and he's actually fought at Lumpini Stadium in Thailand before, which I'm very jealous about. I mean, it's just an epic place, and the greats have all fought there. So that's amazing that he has fought there as well.
Absolutely, but the 2-time world champion Muay Thai does not want to be in this position. You mentioned it, Cameron Sandoval, 3 wins, 3 submissions, all by different ways, too, and different methods. He's got an RNC, he's got an armbar, and an arm triangle.
Love it. I love the diversity. The RNC is obviously the most high percentage submission in MMA. Just it's the one that's there the most. But when you see guys kind of diversifying their attacks, just shows how dangerous they can be. And you see Sandoval just in a great position. Again, you know, the first fight was a little bit of the same, Ron. Right away, the same area of the octagon. One of the fighters found themselves in a bad position very early. And you see Santos on his back. Not where he wants to be against an undefeated fighter like Sandoval. This is definitely his wheelhouse, much more so than Santos.
Absolutely. 5-fight win streak for Sandoval, going back to his amateur career. Looking to posture up. Nice, sneaky little elbow got through.
Santos trying to find something here. I feel like he's a little bit unsure what he wants to do. Going inverted right now, but I don't know if he has a plan to that attack as much as he's just trying to create a scramble, create an opening.
Crazy scramble here. With Sandoval now on the back of Santos.
Yeah, if he can get his left arm free, Sandoval, he's probably going to look to try to finish this RNC right here. Santos doing everything he can, fighting the choking arm 2-on-1 at the moment.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, he just freed that hand up, Ron.
Sandoval going in for another submission win.
Oh, he might have it. Oh, he's got it now, Ron. This is going to be it.
Killer Cam looking for another submission win.
Oh my goodness.
How is Santos hanging on?
I know. I mean, it's under the neck and he's got it locked in. Santos doing everything he can to just find some wiggle room, find some breathing room. I mean, what a huge win this would be for Santos if he can escape this position.
100%.
And how fatigued.
Oh my goodness, and he does. And now he's on the back of Sandoval.
Oh my goodness, I mean, what a turn of events. He goes from a locked-in RNC to having his back taken to Sandoval. I wonder,
it looked like it was over, Alan.
I mean, you can't have it locked in more than that. Sometimes guys have interesting body types and you can't quite get the squeeze the way you want it, but if somebody said, put me in the most dangerous position possible, that would be it. You have the back and RNC locked in underneath the chin.
Victor Santos, the 29-year-old, originally from Rio, now fighting out of Charleston, South Carolina. What a big comeback just to survive.
Yeah, I'm still kind of shocked by it. I'm still trying to figure out what went wrong there or what didn't go right, maybe.
Yeah, that's well said. I really can't wait to see the replay of that one.
Santos, I love these little sneaky elbows right there. Those are just looking to cut you up. Not really knock you out, but just land that elbow. And you see the momentum shift now. When something like that happens,
spinning back fist from Santos, just missed.
You know, I was going to say, Ron, with Sandoval going for that choke, you wonder how much he might have gassed his arms out. Maybe that was something to do with it. He couldn't find the choke, needed to get a breather, but if you're looking for a breather, this is the best position to do it. Get the takedown, stay on top, catch your breath, and reset yourself.
Coming up on 30 seconds to go, and maybe a little cut on the forehead of Cameron Sandoval, as you called it, Alan. Those elbows doing what they do, opening up a cut.
It's a very interesting round.
Back and forth, no doubt about it. Sandoval inside the guard of Santos as time winds down here in the opening round. And good on Victor Santos to hang on. You got it. I mean, if you're Cameron Sandoval, Alan, you're probably going back to your corners like, what did I do wrong?
Ron, I hate to say it's all over now because you might get caught. And this was one of those one time out of 100 that the choke is completely locked in and the fighter was able to survive. Let's take a look at this. You see right here early on, Sandoval gets a nice little outside trip, does very good, staying with him, keeps that body lock on him, just riding the submission, the position rather, the entire time. Santos was trying to find a way out, trying to find a scramble, but he found himself right here. Now take a look at this. Not only is it locked in, it's underneath the chin. The angle's a bit off though, Ron, if I would say.
Okay.
If you see how it's, now it's better. Honestly, there was a lot of opportunity to finish that. I don't know if the squeeze was off or the angle was off for Sandoval, but somehow or another, Santos found a position, a way to ride this out. And look at this scramble right here. Gets the underhook, takes the back, gets the position, and this is where he starts sneaking in. Watch this little elbow right here. Sometimes you don't have to power it. Sometimes you just sneak it in. That was a nice elbow from Sandoval, but good job, Santos, riding out that tough round.
Absolutely. Victor Santos hangs on, comes in with a 5-3 record. He was a big underdog against the undefeated Cameron Sandoval. Round number 2 here in Vegas. Santos, the Muay Thai standout, looking for his first win here in the U.S. and in the LFA. Both fighters making their LFA debuts tonight.
Sandoval looks pretty fully recovered now, if he was gassed at all. I don't know that he was in that first round, but it looks like he's on his toes. His arms are pumping well.
Santos catches the kick. Sandoval now looking for a single leg.
For Santos. Santos the one going for the takedown now.
Yes, interesting. He does have one victory via submission. Rear naked choke win.
See a little blood right there on the face of Victor Santos. I don't know if that's from his opponent or he got cut as well on one of those elbows.
Yes, Sandoval has thrown some elbows as well.
Santos has thrown a number of spinning attacks now. He needs to be careful not to get, not to show that too much and let Sandoval try to counter that.
Man, Santos, I love those elbows. Comes at all different angles. Again,
see that
just
leading
misses,
in with it, right?
Yeah, a nice level change by Sandoval.
Santos right here up against the fence, has a body lock against him. He's doing a good job using the whizzer. Using the whizzer right now to keep the body lock hot. Sandoval's still able to get this takedown though. Nice job in the ground.
Yeah, just powered him down.
Yeah.
And now Santos on his back. Sandoval from half guard as we hit the 3-minute mark here in the second round. Make sure you are following the LFA on all social media platforms at LFA Fighting. Oh, and another elbow raining down to the side of the head of Santos.
Yeah, Sandoval getting it a little back, right? I mean, he ate some elbows early, but then he's been the one dishing them out as well as of lately. When Santos has been on his back, he's been offering up some butterfly hooks and shifting his hips. So I'm liking that he's seeing all that. I don't know if I see an exact path that he's trying to take. I feel like he's trying a couple maneuvers, not really fully committing or having success with all of them. But he is staying busy on the back, on the ground rather, not taking too much damage so far.
And continues to throw elbows from this position. Under 2 minutes to go. Cameron Sandoval, his first fight in his home state of Nevada in over 5 years. Looking to remain undefeated. Comes in with a 100% finishing rate with 3 submissions.
Sandoval doing a nice job slicing through right now, getting into half guard. In a good position right here to kind of either posture up and do some damage. Oh, Santos doing a nice job, staying slippery on the ground. Sandoval was in a good spot to do something. You see immediately Santos counters, regains the guard. Nice job by Victor Santos.
29-year-old hanging in there. Thought that this fight might have ended early in that first round,
yeah,
but
I'm never saying it again.
Yeah, you jinx it.
Until the next time, it's locked in 100%.
Right.
Yeah, both of these guys showing how scrappy they are. Santos working on a head and arm choke right here. Arm triangle. Or Sandoval is rather. Right. Santos able to escape.
Sandoval really smothering Santos right now. Very active.
It's a very slippery fight. And you see, like when I say slippery, guys are getting pretty dominant positions, but not being able to hold those dominant positions for very long.
And we reset in the center of the octagon. Nice jab up from Sandoval. But this is where Victor Santos, I was going to say, wants to be, and just like that, he's planted on his back.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake by Santos by committing so heavily to the inside. Sandoval, it kind of gave him the easy body lock. Got the easy takedown right there. much stronger round this round for Sandoval. The first round kind of could have gone, I say either way, but, you know, both guys had their moments, rather. But this was much more of a dominant round for Cameron Sandoval.
Yeah, once Santos got out of the rear naked choke of Sandoval, he really, he put his foot on the gas pedal and he attacked. But I think Sandoval got that first round and probably the second here as well as we gear up for the third and final round.
All right, let's see some of the action right here in this second round. You see, this is that body lock. It's a little bit higher than normal, but still used his left leg nicely to split the legs of Santos, get the takedown. You see, big commitment right there. And when Sandoval opened his eyes, he had the body lock right here. A nice little mat return, gets on top, finishes the round in a great position for Cameron Sandoval.
Sandoval training here in Vegas. The Killers at Syndicate MMA, been there a year. Oh, there are a couple cuts.
Yeah.
Great shot from our GWP crew there, Victor Santos. As the fans are coming in to the Palms. Another great crowd here at the Pearl Theater. Excited to be back in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas. Huge weekend here in Vegas, Alan. Of course,
it is a lot going on this weekend,
yep.
Ron.
UFC 313 on Saturday. Cap off a major fight week here in Las Vegas. Ron Kruk and Alan Joban. This is our second of 3 preliminary bouts, all in the bantamweight division.
If I'm Victor Santos in this round, you have to think I could be down. There's a small possibility it could be tied up, but likely he's down on this judge's scorecard, so he needs to find a way to step on the gas and land those type of shots. I was going to say, punch with impact, but from range. You don't want to overcommit to your punch and give Sandoval that easy takedown again. So as long as he can stay at range.
Oh, and that was a solid takedown.
Right?
Yeah, Sandoval punching his way in, and he plants Santos on his back. Another takedown for the 25-year-old from Las Vegas, Nevada.
These guys are starting to kind of figure one another out. Santos having some success when he's on the feet. It's just, it's not enough success, right? He lands once or twice, and then he's closing distance a little bit too urgently, and Sandoval is getting these takedowns. And when Sandoval gets on top, there's been a lot of scrambles, a lot of position changes, but nonetheless, Sandoval has been able to maintain that top position and do a bit of damage while he was there as well.
Well, we already have one finish, and UFC Fight Pass running the special giveaway for tonight's event. Setting the table. If there are 3 finishes on the main card tonight, everyone will score a free month of UFC Fight Pass. Just got to scan the QR code on the screen to cash in for your free month of UFC Fight Pass.
I like that deal. Can we do these more often?
Yeah, I love it.
The more finishes, the more everybody gets free Fight Pass. I mean, it's a win-win.
We are 1 for 1 with finishes, and you look at the main card coming up at 8 p.m. Pacific, and we might have some finishes in that one as well.
Yeah, Sandoval in a great position right now. I can't see the other side, but it looks like he's in a crucifix. So Santos would have both of his arms pinned. It's just one of the worst positions to be in, because it's really tough to defend these elbows or any type of strikes coming from the top. Santos, though, has proved to be pretty slippery. Can he slip out of this position? This is a tough one to get out of.
Just past the midway point, third round. And Cameron Sandoval is looking extremely confident.
Nice job freeing up his right arm by Santos.
Yeah, very game Victor Santos, no doubt about it. He's in a lot of trouble.
I wonder if the mindset of Sandoval at this point is, even though there's some opportunities of submissions presenting themselves, if he's thinking, you know what, let me stay heavy on position rather than submission. Here's an opportunity here. Let's see if he tries to slice through the guard, get onto the left side of Santos and try to finish this. You can sometimes finish it here, but it's much easier if Sandoval could get his right leg free and kind of orbit out to the side of Santos.
Sandoval looking to keep his 100% finishing rate intact. But Victor Santos, as we have seen, is a tough man to finish. Hanging in. And 1 minute, 15 seconds to go in the fight.
I didn't get too excited about that submission after seeing the rear naked choke locked in. You know,
yeah. You got a little too excited that first round.
Right.
I saw you jumping up and down.
I've learned from the history of these two guys. Santos, not an easy guy to put away. Showing a lot of grit in this fight, staying in there. He just has to do something big with this last minute remaining in this bout.
Huge card tonight on UFC Fight Pass. The LFA Light Heavyweight Championship between Uran Saltabadiev, the champion, and the newcomer Leon Suarez.
Santos was going for that pop triangle. Sandoval was just too aware of it, had great pressure with his hips, able to push it by, get into side control, half guard rather, but you know, it's just been pretty cruise control for Cameron Sandoval in the second and third round of this fight.
Well, he came in to this fight 3-0, Alan, as I said, but his total fight time as a pro was only 8 minutes and 58 seconds. His longest fight as a pro, 3 minutes and 47 seconds. So uncharted territory tonight for Cameron Sandoval, who looks like he'll go to the judges' scorecards for the first time in his career. And really, a back and forth, great matchup, and we're really seeing the future of the bantamweight division here in the LFA on display. If you haven't done so yet, get over to UFCFightPass.com, sign up today. UFC Fight Pass is the exclusive home of the LFA. 25-year-old Cameron Sandoval, Killer Cam. And he looked good tonight, Alan.
Yeah, you see right here, getting in, nice entry, hands together, pushes through, runs it, gets that double leg takedown, a little elevation as well there right here. You see right here, taking the bag. It was scrambles throughout the fight. This is that head and arm triangle choke right here. I couldn't tell if he was saying, you know what, let me kind of just commit to it a little bit, see what happens. If there's nothing there, let me pull back on the reins, save my arm, and try to ensure this victory. But it should look like a Cameron Sandoval did tonight.
Another one of the fighters training out of Syndicate MMA here in Nevada, which, Alan, has really become one of the top training centers in the United States.
Yeah.
Up there with Jackson Wink and all the others. They're putting out some killers right now. And yeah, good shot of those elbows doing some damage. And really, that is a much bigger cut than I realized.
It wasn't spewing blood like a cut like that you would think. It's going to leave a nice little scar for the Muay Thai fighter in Santos.
Putting our cut man, Dale Arbuckle, to work tonight. All right, the judges have calculated their scores. Let's get the official decision inside to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Cameron Sandoval.
6th straight victory, including his amateur career, 4th win in a row as a pro, and a successful LFA debut for Cameron Sandoval. He improves to a flawless 4-0 as a pro. Some very important matchups here tonight at LFA 203 in Vegas. Coming up at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern on UFC Fight Pass. Here's a preview of what's coming up.
Every March, madness fills the air in Las Vegas, transforming the city into a cultural and economic powerhouse. This year, the electric atmosphere that makes Vegas the ultimate sports destination kicks off a week early as LFA launches an epic combat sports weekend in Sin City at LFA 203. In the main event, The light heavyweight world title is on the line. Uran Gorilla Satibaldiev has been dubbed the next big thing from the rapidly emerging MMA hotbed of Kyrgyzstan. And the Sambo national champion showed the world why by capturing the LFA world title with a tour de force. Now the decorated kingpin from Central Asia returns looking to defend his crown. He will face Leon Ogu Suarez, who is a prolific knockout artist from Brasilia. The professional kickboxer and elite Brazilian contender now looks to dethrone the champion and bring another world title back to the capital city of Brazil. Also returning to the LFA octagon, Brazilian bear Cristiano Urso Feliz. 10-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion via BJJ Lady Goat Mesquita. 20-time karate world champion Hurricane Hope Chase. Hawaiian knockout artist Apuni Pagoa. Former San Francisco 49er fullback Josh the Incredible Hulk Hogan. And top undefeated prospect Starve the Redhead Koren. Live from the Pearl Theater at the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. LFA 203 starts now.
Sign up now at UFCFightPass.com. You will not want to miss this stacked LFA 203 card, and it's a huge month for the Legacy Fighting Alliance. 3 events coming your way, so sign up today. LFA, a light heavyweight championship on the line, and tonight, Uran Satibaldiev, Allen, his first title defense after a year away, 6 knockouts in 7 career wins.
Yeah, and Ron, this is a guy that's just built for this weight class. You see the height, the lean body. You see he's a judo national champion, but this is what he does in his best handiwork. He just thrives on the feet. And you talk about a gas tank. He was in a tremendous back and forth matchup in this last outing. Showed that gas tank, got the ground and pound finish. This is a dangerous guy in every area of the sport, especially in a 5-round affair like we're going to get to see tonight.
First title defense, he won the belt, and he's taking on this man. LFA debut for Leon Suarez.
Yeah, Leon Suarez getting a big opportunity here to fight for the belt, and you see right away in the style of striking, he comes from a Muay Thai background, heavy on the hips. This is what he's used to, sprawling and brawling. Guys try to take him down. He makes them pay when he gets on top.
7 knockouts in 9 wins. BJJ Lady Goat Bia Mosquito, the winner of the 2024 LFA Fans Choice Award for Female Fighter of the Year, is back.
My goodness, Ron, if you talk about anyone that you don't want to have on your back, it's Bia Mosquito. 3-0, 3 rear naked choke finishes. She's been slicing and dicing through all of her opponents, taking some punches of her own in these fights, but showing that she's got the grit. This is someone destined to go to the big show very soon.
3 wins, all 3 via rear naked choke, but she may not want to stand with her opponent tonight. Hope Chase, the 20-time karate world champion.
We got karate versus jiu-jitsu in this one, and Hope Chase is just a ball of energy and a ball of athleticism. You see her, she's a karate girl, but when she gets on the inside, she's got power, she's got dirty boxing. She is all go all the time. I mean, she's a force to be reckoned with. She's somebody around that says, I have no neck. It's going to be hard to choke me.
That's why she's known as the Hurricane. And then we've got Apuni Pagoa is back to Hawaiian Hitman.
This is one of my favorite fighters to watch inside the LFA octagon. Ron, you talk about boxing, you talk about MMA style of boxing. That's Apuni Pagoa. Fast hand speed, diversity of his attack. You see the quickness that he has right there. Accuracy and speed in the boxing. That follow-up, clean-up hook. He catches a lot of guys with this fight. This is going to be a fun matchup that he has tonight.
And we have former San Francisco 49er fullback and Fresno State wrestler Josh Hokit looking to make it back-to-back wins in the LFA.
Man, you talk about an exceptional athlete. Hokit, you know, you talk about his wrestling accolades. He's got that, but he's sometimes the undersized guy. So he used that to his advantage. He has the speed. This is the position that he wants to get every fighter in. Boots in, as he calls it, hips down, ground and pound finish. Exceptional wrestler. This guy's the real deal, John.
And finally stop Koren. He has been on a tear, 5-0 in his pro career.
Stav Koren, exceptional wrestling, coming off of a huge knockout in his last outing. His last 2 fights, got the submission, got the knockout. He's been on a tear, exceptional grappling, and like I said, in the last outing, he showed a little bit of that handiwork on the feet as well.
That is what's coming up on UFC Fight Pass. The ring girls here in Vegas are excited. They're blowing kisses, I think, to you,
Is
Alan.
it me or you, Ron? Okay, me. I'll
yeah,
take it.
Yeah, it's probably me. That's true. That's true. As we check out the odds, courtesy, as always, from betonline.ag. Get in on the action at BetOnline. The champion, Salta Badia, a big favorite coming in. So is Bia Mesquita. That is not a surprise. Pagoa comes in as a 4-1 favorite, and again, should be a lot of fun. That first fight with Whitmer, who's 2-0 in the LFA, and Koren -180. That's going to be a back and forth and fun fight. Another big one in the bantamweight division.
Yeah, that's a fantastic matchup. You look at these odds, Ron, and it makes you think, look, there might be a couple early stoppages on this main card. I mean, Salta Badia, I mean, he is exceptionally good. The guy's on a tear right now, and I think it favors him in this 5-round title fight matchup. He's got an exceptional gas tank. Leon Suarez, first time in the LFA making his debut, first time in the US debut, first time at a title fight, and I think that's what's kind of shifting these odds into the favor of Iran. You look at Bia Mesquita, I mean, jiu-jitsu GOAT, women's GOAT. She is the best female jiu-jitsu practitioner that we have ever had on planet Earth, and that's why you're looking at these odds as well. And you look at Hokik as well, I mean, a -1850. Although Latu, I mean, this is a guy that could knock out just about anyone on planet Earth. But Hokik is so exceptionally good at the wrestling, so fast with the takedowns. It's favoring those odds as well. Keep your eyes on these. Place your bets. Put in a parlay, for God's sake. We're looking for 3 finishes. We're looking for a 3 month of Fight Pass for everyone tuning in.
Listen to Mr. Vegas, Alan Joban, throwing out parlays everywhere. Tease it, do whatever. Just get to Bet Online and get in on the action. Our third and a final bantamweight matchup here at the LFA 203 prelims. And here is the matchup between Azizbek, Temirov, and Daniel Araujo. Araujo 31. Temirov is a 32, an inch taller for Araujo. Both fighters made weight, and you have the 5-inch reach advantage going the way of Daniel Araujo. One more time, let's get the fighter introductions. We go inside the LFA octagon. Here's Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division, brought to you tonight by Bondi Pure. Unlock your body's natural potential and get the most out of your fast without a crash. Check us out online at BondiPure.com. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This boxer stands 5'8", weighed in 135.8 pounds. He holds a professional record, 6 wins, 0 defeats, with all 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Bonfim Brothers, fighting out of Brasilia, Distrito Federal, Brazil, Daniel Brazilian King Araujo. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 5'7", weight in 134.8 pounds. He holds a professional record, 5 wins, 0 defeats, with all 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Team Alpha Male, fighting out of Kwashi, Uzbekistan, Azizbek, Uzbek Gladiator Temirov. Your referee, Mark Smith.
All right, gentlemen, you got your instructions earlier. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. Let's touch gloves. Good luck.
Third and final bantamweight matchup. Daniel Araujo, undefeated at 6-0. The blue tape. Azizbek Temirov comes in with a spotless 5-0 record.
Yeah, this is I'm excited for this bout. 2 undefeated fighters, 2 guys, 100% finish rate. All of their finishes are by knockout. So neither man looking to make a mistake early in this matchup.
5 knockouts for Temirov, 6 KOs for Araujo. It's a lot of knockouts, my man.
Oh, yeah. You see the hand speed by both men early in this matchup. Both testing the waters, realizing there's danger on both sides of this.
Both have a boxing background. Araujo is 7-1 as a professional boxer with 4 knockouts. Temirov has a couple of pro boxing bouts as well.
Yeah, and you look at Araujo's amateur record, 50-3. He's got 53 amateur boxing matches. So both of these men highly experienced all forms of combat. Likely going to stand and trade a lot in this matchup. Oh, big swing and a miss right there by Temirov.
I don't think we're going to see much ground action in this one.
Yeah, not the way they're throwing early.
No. They're just planting their feet here and exchanging overhand right from Temirov. Ooh, body shots, quick hands from Araujo.
Yeah, great picking up on that, Ron. It looks, early on, it's kind of looking like Temirov has the power, slight power advantage, and you've seen a little bit of speed and combination advantage for Araujo.
Araujo training with LFA veterans and current UFC fighters, the Bonfim brothers, Ismail and Gabriel. We're expecting a lot of UFC current fighters and veterans and retired fighters here at the Pearl Theater tonight for LFA 203. Temirov training at Team Alpha Male. It's been there since October. Again, representing 2 solid training centers.
Oh, both men exchanging jabs. Araujo getting the better of that exchange. You see, Araujo, I like his placement. His hands are nice and high. He's not really loading up on the punches that much. You're seeing a little bit more load up from Temirov, but the power is just so there. Very patient defensively right there by Araujo.
Yeah, Araujo countering very effectively.
That jab is working for Araujo. I think he should stick with that for a while, kind of slow this action down.
This right now is a boxing match with 4-ounce gloves. This is great stand-up action, high level. Between these 2 bantamweights making their LFA debuts tonight.
So far, not a lot of kicks, level changes, anything like that. It's been very much, as you said, Ron, boxing with 4-ounce gloves. Temirov threw 1 kick early, I think, but I think both of these guys kind of, they know the game plan, they know the strength of one another.
Right. Under a minute to go, opening round.
What I'm seeing from Araujo is he's sitting on the jab nicely, which I like, and then he's waiting for Temirov to come in with a heavy shot, and he's looking to counter with 2 or 3 after that. He's had some success on it. He just has to be careful with that power of Temirov, because when he comes in, I mean, it's heavy leather that he's throwing for sure.
Absolutely. Araujo going to the body, too. A little bit, I mean, he'll go upstairs and then right to the body.
That jab has already kind of got the nose of Temirov bloodied up. Having success with it.
Oh, you called it, no doubt about it. Temirov's nose streaming blood as we wind down here in the opening round. And the fast and powerful hands of Daniel Araujo. Temirov, yeah. They both enjoyed that, but Temirov bloodied and battered as he goes back to his corner. Araujo, fast hands and powerful, Alan.
Yeah, very much so, Ron. I mean, a lot of danger in this one. Both guys respecting one another. You see right here, a lot of Temirov lunging in with these power shots, and you're seeing the counter striking of Araujo. Covering, coming back. Look at that, 3 or 4 punches, divvying it up between the body and the head. And this is the jab that he had a lot of success with. When he started getting that jab going, able to get the nose bloody, score some more points for Araujo.
Going to work on 26-year-old Azizbek Temirov from Uzbekistan, training at Team Alpha Male. He's coming off a first-round 31-second knockout. And on the other side, Daniel Araujo, well, he's coming off a round 1 knockout that took just 50 seconds. Both of these men finishers with a combined 11 knockouts. Set for round number 2. Make sure you're following Legacy Fighting Alliance across the social media spectrum at LFA Fighting. Ron Kruk and Alan Joban with you. Round number 2. Temirov with the red tape and white trunks, and Araujo blue and black. Mark Smith is our referee.
Both men starting this second round with some nice jabs. Flurry right here. Nothing landed solid yet.
Temirov just missed with that hook. We'll see if he goes back to that, as he looks like he's picking up the pace here in the second, Alan.
Yeah, and I like Temirov's, showing a lot of feints. Kind of dancing into the fire, then getting out, feinting the power, exploding. You see right here, kind of feinting that hip. The more he diversifies his game, the more it's going to allow him a better entry against Araujo, because Araujo's waiting for it, man. Very defensively sound. He keeps his hand high on these attacks. And in this, you see 2 to 3 punch counter strikes by Araujo every time. Very disciplined approach by Araujo.
And again here in the second, the blood begins to trickle from the nose of Temirov.
Oh, that one landed. That lead hook right there for Temirov landed. You see right now Araujo kind of backing up.
Oh, and we have a takedown, and a successful takedown.
Wasn't able to hold him down long, but he did mix things up. It was a great game plan right there for Araujo. Might have got hurt by that lead hook of Temirov. Changes levels, takes him down, mixes it up. Even if he just gets a chance to recover right here. I don't know if he had any cobwebs or anything from that punch, but
it definitely landed. You're right.
Yeah, you saw him backing up immediately. Usually that's a clear sign that he's trying to kind of clear the cobwebs.
Temirov able to get this fight back up on its feet pretty quickly, as we are just past the 3-minute mark, round number 2.
Opportunity to see where both men lie in the grappling department so far. Been nothing but boxing. Again, a nice takedown by Araujo, but right back to his feet, Temirov. Oh, wow. Big body shot right there by Temirov.
This is, although he's bleeding from the nose, this is a big round for Temirov.
Araujo should get right back to this jab. That's where he's had the most success in this fight, is that long-range jab. He seems to have a slightly longer reach, and he uses it well from the outside. Oh, so fast.
Yes.
Temirov is fast. I mean, fast and powerful.
The second kick thrown by Araujo.
I like both of these guys, Ron. Very good.
Man, stinging jab gets through the guard from Daniel Araujo.
This is the type of fight in boxing that these guys wouldn't face each other for years, right?
So well said. And here they are on the final preliminary bout.
Yeah.
Oh, nice catch on the break from Araujo. Backs Temirov off.
Temirov starting to get his foot on the gas a little bit more, pressing the action. Araujo's back against the fence. I think that's a good game plan right here. If you can kind of corral him against the fence, leads in with that body shot right there, lands, pays the price a little bit for it.
Temirov really stalking Araujo now, backing him up. Nice jab. 1 minute to go, second round.
It's like both men taking a slight breather right here.
I mean, this has been a furious pace.
Yeah. Temirov was pushing the pace. He still has Araujo on that other side of the black line right here. There's an opportunity for him to attack, but both men have paid the price when they leaped in, so they're being very cautious at the moment right now.
Under 30 to go. Second round, our final LFA 203 preliminary bout. Third in the bantamweight division. I like that Temirov throwing that kick. At least keeping Daniel Araujo guessing a little bit. Oh, but he backs up Temirov.
Yeah, Temirov went to throw a knee, and I think Araujo might have landed something when he was on 1 foot.
And we will move on to the third and final round. High-level stand-up action.
Take a look at one of these big hooks that lands right here. You see, oh, I mean, it was just such a beautiful timed hook right there by Temirov, throwing those power shots. That time, Araujo had his hands up, and look at the counter ability right there. I love it. He keeps his hands high on that one. Continues the flow of striking right here. You see the knee goes up, now watch. Combination finishes.
Wow.
That was at the end of the round when we saw Temirov kind of backing up right there. Great competitive rounds in the 1 and 2 by both men so far.
Daniel Araujo and Azizbek Temirov. Temirov training at a Team Alpha Male, originally from Uzbekistan. And Team Alpha Male just continues to get fighters from all over the world to Sacramento with head coach Uriah Faber. He's in the house.
Yeah, when you think about explosive bantamweights, then Team Alpha Male's got a load of them, huh?
So true. Mark Smith gets us going. Fighters touch gloves. This is the third and final round. Ron Kruk and Alan Joban getting you ready for the LFA 203 main card coming up on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh, nice job with the switch kick right there. Feinting early, finding the opening, landing that switch kick for Temirov. Temirov's starting to kind of sorry, Ron. I was going to say he's diversifying his attack a little bit more. We're seeing some kicks and a little bit more feints so far in this third round.
Yeah, it was pretty much a boxing match in that first round. We got a takedown. Oh, good overhand right from Temirov. How do you have this one scored, Chin?
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, I feel like both guys are very competitive in this matchup. It does kind of feel like Araujo has been slightly more accurate because of that jab and because of the counter strikes that we've seen. But Temirov has landed some damaging shots, and we saw him stagger Araujo in that second round at one point.
Absolutely, both fighters have been hurt. Temirov wearing a little bit more damage. That nose has been bleeding throughout this fight. 11 combined knockouts for these two bantamweights, which is crazy to say. I mean,
yeah, at bantamweight, two guys undefeated, finished every single one of their opponents, and we get these guys on the early prelims right here in the third round. A fantastic fight, very evenly matched up. Good head movement right there by Temirov, getting out of the counter strike of Araujo.
Six fights coming up on the main card, highlighted by the light heavyweight championship, Uran Sultabadiev and Leon Suarez. Talk about two knockout artists. Quick jab from Araujo.
Just a bit out of range right now for Temirov.
And Araujo's punch is still finding the target.
see the upper body movement by Temirov. I like it. He needs to keep that going and find the counter shot off of the head movement. Good job getting out of the way of that one.
And with 5 knockouts on his resume, Azizbek Temirov can end this fight in an instant. Araujo's got to be aware and careful.
Oh, I was about to say he was very close to the knee earlier tonight. Throws another one. Temirov is the one slightly pressing the action more, but I think he might have to go, Ron. I mean, this is a very competitive fight, but it feels like Araujo's slightly ahead.
Araujo been very successful on the counters, too.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think Temirov, he needs a finish here.
Yeah, he might have to start taking a couple chances.
And there's a chance with a single leg takedown, looking for the double now.
Yeah,
Temirov sprawling.
If he can get this takedown, Ron, and try to finish the round on top, just in case we don't know how the first 2 rounds are scored. You know, I mean, I feel like he might need a finish here, but we don't know that for certain. So the takedown might have been big, but nice job finishing it off by Araujo.
Absolutely. That was big. Good jab from Temirov gets through the defense. Oh, a knee from Temirov.
Yeah, Araujo bloodied in the mouth right now. I don't know if that was from that knee or prior punches, but both men wearing it a little bit.
30 seconds ago, 3rd and final round. Back and forth. And an absolute stand-up war.
That was a good opportunity for Temirov. He waited for the jab of Araujo and they tried to counter over the top.
Oh!
Just wasn't able to get in range.
Araujo with the kick to the ribs, the punch upstairs to the head.
Look for something
he's
big here, Ron.
strong. Both fighters came in undefeated, but someone's has got to go. What action we saw here in the LFA 135-pound division on display. The LFA 203 prelims. Azizbek Temirov, the fighter out of Uzbekistan. And we will check out great highlights here in the 3rd.
I mean, this was a fantastic fight, very technical on the feet. You see the power strikes from Temirov when he land, you could see the impact, but it was also a lot of Araujo with the counter strikes. You see this knee right here, kind of slightly lands right here. Always looking to counter was Araujo. He had success early in the fight with the jabs. Both men started opening up in the kicks later on in the fight, but you see at the end of this fight, both guys standing in the pocket, trading. Fantastic fight right here. You see Uriah Faber looking on kind of nervously, right?
Head coach at Team Alpha Male, California kid, and his fighter, Azizbek Temirov, hoping to improve to 6-0. No doubt about it, the stars are out here tonight. We talked to Sean O'Malley earlier. Rob Davishvili, saw him earlier, Uriah Faber. Something special about doing shows here in the fight capital of the world.
In Vegas, man, and
Vegas, baby.
We're at the Palms. I mean, the UFC used to come here years ago. I mean, this is a great venue to have the fights at.
It's really an iconic theater. Yeah, and great crowd as always. We're glad that you could be a part of the action. All right, let's now get the official decision for this bantamweight matchup. We go inside. Here's Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Daniel Brazilian King Araujo.
The 23-year-old Brazilian that trains with the Bantamweight brothers, Daniel Araujo, improves to 7-0 and he is a fighter to keep an eye on, and Temirov as well. But it was a very impressive performance from that man tonight, Alan.
Yes, still undefeated, sharp boxing. Didn't get to finish, Ron. I mean, he doesn't have a, he has an unblemished record in terms of his record. Wasn't able to get the finish, but this was stiff competition. These are two guys that would be headlining a lot of shows. We were treated to a great one tonight.
Absolutely. The Bantamweight division was on display, but tonight, the light heavyweight championship will go down in the main event here in Vegas for LFA 203. Uran Saltabadiev, the champion, and the challenger, Leon Suarez. That is going to do it for the LFA 203 preliminary bouts. For my broadcast partners, Mike Kendall, Alan Joban, I'm Ron Kruk. We will see you over on UFCFightPass.com at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern.
This is as real as it gets, and it's mind-blowing.
I love everything about that fight.
These are the moments that the fighters live for. I can't wait. Kicked him in the face. Rose.
We will all witness a piece of UFC history.
Unbelievable. You see, you don't watch this, and you just go, holy shit.
Master, teach me Kung Fu.
One of the most epic fights.
There's nothing I do better in this life than fighting.
Unbroken, baby. This team is unbroken.
We have a sport with some of the best athletes in the world.
Boom! One of the greatest knockouts you'll ever see. Oh!
The UFC has never been stronger.
It does not get any better. That is good. This is a crazy sport, ladies and gentlemen.